Now, prisoner 24601, your sentence is up. Your parole is done.
I am James Pooley.
And I am Rakesh, the host of Off the Chest. Let me introduce you to Melvin Najee.
Alright, that was pretty good. I'll give it to you guys.
Ah!
Well executed.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Everybody, welcome to the show. And no, that wasn't some kind of spoof out that we were doing. That was legit. That was the actual legitimate thing. Because, Melvin, I don't know if you've noticed, but Tim and Anjo, they aren't here.
They don't want to be here.
They think that musicals are gay. And for that, they're gay.
I don't know if they think musicals are gay. They just think Les Mis is gay.
Bitches. But we've got better, faster, improved, wider. James Poole, everybody, our special guest.
Hey, sup?
Hi, white guy.
Sup? Cash guy.
How you doing, man? How you doing?
Excellently.
I think we should let everyone else know that we've known James for a while now.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's finally great to have you on board. You've been a big fan.
Definitely.
I like it. I like it.
Huge follower.
Yeah.
One of only. One and only, right? One and only.
So he's one of the 12, Melvin, that are following us.
He is the 12.
Are we kidding?
One of them has 44 views. That's impressive.
That was literally me hitting refresh every single fucking time.
Don't tell them our secrets.
Shh. Anyway, I am your host, Rakesh. Got Melvin, got James, and today we are reviewing Les Miserables.
Or as James will actually pronounce it as.
Les Miserables. Perhaps.
Perhaps. I reckon that's the more correct pronunciation.
Les Mis. For
Les Mis,
short.
yeah. I call it Les Mis for short, but same thing.
Fucking Les, whatever. I don't give a shit. Get to the point, man.
Spell it the right way.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, it has Anne Hathaway in it.
Yeah. Oh my god. You say them words, man. Now, usually she gives me a boner right away.
Very relevant. Yes, I see the relevancy.
But this movie did something I never thought was possible. She gave me, like, no boner whatsoever. It was like, oh god!
A bunch of French dudes did that.
Yeah. Why do the French ruin everything that's good? Tell me. Tell me, James.
I dig a croissant.
I ain't that keen on frog legs.
I hate baguettes. Get to the point. It's a sandwich. Anyway, Les Miserables, as it's being called, centers around a guy called Jean Valjean, played by Hugh Jackman. Now, he's just been released from prison. And the prison guard, Javert, played by Russell Crowe, has, like, saying, nah, man, look, you need to be on your tightest behavior. Because we're going to be watching you. And he's like...
It's not even that. He's literally saying, you're a criminal. You're going nowhere in life. You'll be back here in a day.
Yeah, and he's like, he's questioning. He's like, man, but I've spent 19 years here. It's like, but, you know, dude, the thing is you've been trying to escape and everything.
Did they actually say that?
Yeah. He's saying, in the start of the movie, he's saying it was 5 years for the loaf of bread.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Additional
Running,
years,
yeah.
Right.
So,
And his only crime was that he stole a loaf of bread.
yes.
Loaf of bread.
What a bitch. And, you know, he's trying to find work, Jean Valjean. I'm just going to call him Wolverine.
Yeah, Wolverine.
Yeah,
I was just calling Hugh Jackman, right?
This is-
Wolverine, Catwoman, and Gladiator.
soon to be
Ooh.
Jor-El.
Nah, Gladiator's better.
Walk into a bar. One is a gin and tonic. One dies from sucking too much dick. Hey, remember, this is a spoiler review, but this has been a book for the longest time ever.
Ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you
And
know,
a huge ass book too.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about any complaints. You know, fucking read the book. Or
Yeah.
you should watch the musical.
Yeah, there was a film about it already.
There was 1962, I do believe it was.
I'm talking 1998.
Oh, really? A later one?
Yeah. Came out recent, like 14 years ago. Liam Neeson played Jean Valjean.
I don't care who you are or what you want. If it's a loaf of bread, I cannot offer it. But where is my daughter? What? He tried to kill everyone in the movie, didn't he?
Nah. It was focused more on the relationship of Javert and Jean Valjean, and not as much on his daughter and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And no Constance at all.
But right away when this movie starts, it starts off with one of my favorite scenes of this entire movie, where so he's trying to find work, and everyone is denying him the ability to get a job with them, and then he seeks refuge at a church, and there's a priest minister guy who's showing him kindness and giving him warmth, giving him food, and at first opportunity he tries to steal, and then like.
Is he invited? The guy takes him into the
Yeah,
church.
that's what I mean.
He's
Yeah,
like sleeping on the steps.
he gets in, and when they all go to sleep, he does that thing that criminals do, steal, or as French criminals do, steal, and then just like there's this really great emotional part, and I was surprised to see this right at the start of the movie where, you have Hugh Jackman, and he's contemplating, he's walking back and forth after he gets caught out for trying to steal again. And he's just debating to himself, and it's just such an amazing scene. He's walking back and forth, and then he decides to rip up his parole sheet.
That was the shining moment for Hugh Jackman.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
And that's the point when he decides, to leave and do his own thing. And he from the stuff he stole, he managed to start up, or I believe it's become mayor of a town or something like that.
Yeah, and he has his own business.
I think it's just manufacturing sewing, whatever, and then that's the introduction where you get into Anne Hathaway, plays Fontaine. Now, let me just say, her performance, holy shit, fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't cry because I'm not a bitch, but I'm sure, Melvin, that there were women next to us that were going,
Like the whole cinema was like you just hear like that scene where she like dies. She's like you hear like she's singing, and as it happens, everyone's just like you just hear everyone at the same time. They were like,
James in the back, man up, you bitch. But what this turns into is so at her most desperate time of need, those two characters, this is Jean Valjean and Fontaine. I can't pronounce her whole name, so I'm just going to call her Fontaine. Mm-hmm. They finally meet, and through their interactions, she informs him that she has a daughter called Cosette, and that, she would like to see her one more time. And it becomes this kind of... He takes it upon himself through all the crimes that he's done to kind of get back to her. Well, no, get to her and bring her back, and then obviously she dies, so then... at a pivotal point, he becomes stepdaddy of it all.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, during that, Javert finds him again.
Yeah. Well, this whole movie has a great kind of running plot of those two trying to, it's always Javert trying to get back to catch him, and it's kind of funny, because at one point, he, like, totally forgets who he is, and he's looking at him, he's like... Yeah, you look sort of familiar, but I got no idea who you are. This is Javert to Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, that cool moment when he lifts up the trailer.
Yeah.
It's like, I know who that is.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Wait a second. You're Wolverine, aren't you?
God damn,
I
you're
knew
strong.
you were impossibly strong.
Are those bones coming out of your body? Now, Melvin, let me know what you think of this movie.
Alright, so I'm a huge Russell Crowe fan.
Yes,
He's my all-time favorite actor. He's my boy. Very, very happy with his performance. A lot of people don't know, but Russell Crowe is actually a part of has his own band. He's had so for I think over 10 years now, and yeah, he can sing. His singing was still criticized by everyone.
I don't see why.
But I think when you're being compared to someone like Hugh Jackman, you're never gonna look amazing.
Or Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, well, yeah.
His singing isn't even that really acoustic, like that to match everyone else in the film.
Yeah.
So I can see why they said that, but I think he did okay. His general performance was great. I loved his character. I loved the way his character died at the end. I like how he chose his own death. He saw like the wrongings in his life, and he's like, screw this.
The thing with his character is I never felt at any point during this movie like he was a villain. Like he has a job, he has an obligation to do.
Yeah.
And I just at no point did I ever feel like anything bad for him.
I felt like he was a villain at one point where he snuck into the rebel group. And he pretended to be one of them. I felt that was a little like sneaky, underhanded. I felt like that was a bit, Like I felt like he was a bit of a villain there, but otherwise I felt like he did a solid performance. He was just doing his job. He let Russell Crowe go. He let Hugh Jackman go at the end, and yeah, great story between those two. Anne Hathaway, can't say enough. She deserved every award she got. Let's see who else. I really like the girl that played Constance.
Cosette.
No, Constance.
Oh yeah. The friend of the.
The friend of the guy.
Of the guy.
The third wheel. The third wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon she did an amazing job. I really like her voice.
She was hot.
Just
putting that out there.
Okay, I was gonna say she played a good boy, but
Wait, chick's
Well,
a chick, dude.
Well,
When the pussy's out, bro.
when the hat comes off.
Yeah. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah, no, and Hugh Jackman. He got a lot of praise for this. I liked him, not as much as everyone else, but I still like that beginning scene when he decides to become good. I reckon that to me was the amazing part. Oh, and obviously, have we mentioned yet that they did all the singing live?
No,
No.
that was awesome.
Yeah.
We did all our singing live too, just so you're aware. At the beginning.
We did. Now, actually, the very first scene, when they're pulling in the raft, they did record that part live. However, there was too much interference with the mic, so they had to dupe that one over.
Oh, because of the waves and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I do believe that waves coming into a microphone will kind of distort it a bit.
Could affect their performance.
But
How good was that scene though?
Oh, look down, look down.
Yeah, and it's just like from the beginning, I was like, "This is gonna be happening."
Fuck you, Hobbit. Step out of the way. It's Les Mis. James, tell me what you think of it.
I thought it was awesome,
Yeah?
really awesome. Like, I see a lot of musical theatre on stage. Whatever, Andrew, I'm not gay.
Don't worry, Andrew doesn't listen to these.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see like a fair bit of musical theatre live on stage, and like I didn't know how they were gonna do it and like do it justice, but I
Yep.
think they have in like a million and one ways. Just like it gives you like a perspective that like when you're like seeing it on a stage, you can only really see everything that's happening at once, but just the close-ups and the way the things and like the makeup and stuff in the beginning with Hugh Jackman when he's like singing right into the camera, it just looks so realistic, and his really dodgy haircut, things like that.
He got that done in Garden City.
How'd you guys feel about the length?
Look, this movie, I felt, was very long. That I think it could have used tighter editing, but that's just me. I don't know about you guys. How'd you feel?
Well, like again, like if you see it live, it's got an intermission, which is something that they don't do in movies anymore. Which maybe it would have benefited.
Oh, you mean with the actual musical, not that? Yeah. Not the.
What was the runtime again?
So this was 158 minutes.
158 minutes.
So quite a while. 2.5 hours.
2:38, yeah. Actually, that's not too bad. I actually kind
Not
of like
including ads.
Not including.
Fucking Andrew Ginsberg.
Yeah. No. To be honest, like in the runtime of the film alone, I kind of like. I missed the 2.5 hour films. I think it was a decent runtime. Like for a story that epic, it needs to be done that way.
One of the things is, as soon as this movie began, I had no idea, and this was through, just because of me, I did no research into this movie, but I had no idea that it was musical. It was an actual musical. I thought it just had songs at certain part, then did a movie, and just to see it, the entire thing be just them singing non-stop, I was like, there is no way I'm going to be able to catch up and keep up with this. But amazingly, I did. And it kind of says something when the dumbest guy in the audience, me, can understand 100% what the dialogue is and what they're trying to convey. Now,
I had the exact same thing. Like I told you when we went in, I'm like, oh, there must be a few numbers in this. Right? But I didn't know the entire speech pattern was done in
in
singing.
musical format, yeah.
Yeah, and I seen a clip of it on YouTube before, and I kind of felt like I didn't really hear what they were saying. It might have just been dodgy ass computer, but in the actual cinema, what they said was really clear. They didn't talk too quickly, sing too quickly, or sing slowly. You got it right at the right pace, understood everything. It was done really well.
The only musical I was ever looking forward to was seeing Book of Mormon. Yes. But now I actually do want to see a version of this live. Now,
see Sweeney Todd live. It's good.
Really? All right. Let's see how much my dick can take. Without being called a fag or anything like that.
Sweeney Todd is like the complete opposite of any other musical.
Yeah.
It's like gruesome as hell.
Now, I did have a few problems with this movie. Now, Sacha Baron Cohen, we all know him. He's a very great kind of character actor. Now, when they were first announced that he was going to be in this, I had a little bit of prejudice towards it. I was like, man, how the hell is Borat gonna make or break a scene? Is he gonna come in on a mankini as everybody?
You have to sing it, Rakesh. You have to sing it.
I've totally forgotten what he said, but his introduction scene was really freaking great, and I just felt like he became too convenient of a plot point. Like, you know how they just kept bringing him back? I was like, alright, I love this character at first, but now you're really starting to make me hate him. Wow, get off the screen. Like, just like constant repetition of us seeing him again and again, it kind of got a little too jarring for me. I don't know.
I can see what you mean, but like he's a decent actor. You know, he's got a good repertoire, and he wouldn't have taken the role if it was just like one scene done.
No, yeah, but like
just hands off his daughter, bye.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think it was used as well as like, because it's such an intense and so many like really like deep things happen, like, you know, people dying everywhere, revolutions are happening, and he pulls the audience out for a moment and gives them that comic relief, because you're like, and that's what he's there for, is to like stop, like, because otherwise you like leave the theater all depressed.
Could not agree more.
I get that, but I'm just saying within the first 40 minutes of the film, yes, it is really dark, it is really depressing, and then you get that scene that really cheers everything up, and you know, you're starting to feel happy, you feel pumped again. But just for me, at that point, I was like, all right, I feel better. You know, I've had my comic relief at that point, and just to keep seeing him again, like, I got the point when, there was a certain point when he was in the sewers trying to, there's this funny thing where he's digging around in shit looking for gold. And
That's right.
and like, it would have been good just to see him at that point again, to tell Javert, you know, where Wolverine went off to with that lover boy guy. And just not to see him at the points in between where he just randomly kept being spliced in.
He only got spliced in once extra besides that.
I think it was like 2-3 other times. Like, there was a point when the revolution was just beginning.
Yeah, he was
in a carriage.
When they do that 9 years forward.
For me, it was the carriage, and he was chasing them around as well a bit. The chase I didn't mind. That meant nothing. But like, whenever he spoke, it was of some importance to like the actual like moving on in the film, which I liked. Also, Helena Bonham Carter.
Yes,
It's
yes.
so good.
So good.
I mean, I've never seen a role that she's done bad.
That's true.
She's always been good.
She was good in Harry Potter, man. That's saying something.
Yeah. Well,
What?
as good as one can be.
Well, there are a lot of good actors in Harry Potter. I'm just saying, like, she was one of the standouts.
Maggie Smith.
Nice.
Emma Watson. Holy shit.
Ralph Fiennes.
Hermione and Catwoman.
Oh my
Why-
god.
Why wasn't she Catwoman?
Dude, that's a bit way too young. Still not fully developed there yet. Guys for our age, that's alright, but you know, you're gonna get 40-year-old guys that are going into seeing movies, and it's like, I can't see a 19 to 21-year-old chick.
How'd you guys feel about that end scene where they're all like on like that kind of wall and they're all singing?
I kind of felt like that. Yeah, I understood that was kind of a homage to the musical format structure, but I felt like you really don't need to have that in a movie, in a feature length. This is a screen adaptation. Adaptations can take their own personas, they can take their own route. For me personally, having a cast do that kind of final bow thing, sure, it was cool to see everyone again, but I just felt it was unnecessary.
Bully.
Fair enough. Like, yeah, for the movie.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. I agree. But I think at the same time, it's like, wasn't it used as kind of like, wasn't her passing into heaven almost? You could have.
No, she was already in heaven. I'm assuming.
Wait, was she in that scene? When in that last that massive war scene, everyone was there. Right?
Yeah, it was Anne Hathaway carrying Hugh Jackman, saying, you know, you've paid off your debt, you've paid off your crimes. You know, you can finally be accepted to where we are.
You know, the people that are still alive at the end of the film.
Yeah.
Were they in that scene?
Yeah, they were. I
okay,
do think.
I thought it was just the people that
Yeah,
died.
I thought it was just the people that died.
Was
I
it?
could be
No,
wrong.
I'm
I thought she took him back, and that's why everyone was there. Was because like they'd gone to this like idyllic land.
It was a very much ending like Return of the Jedi, where you have Obi-Wan and Yoda there, and then all of a sudden Anakin pops out.
Because it was everyone I could remember pretty much, except for those two that, you know, the
Oh, really?
the love couple, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was like an after death kind of nice way to finish out. It was it was meant for grandeur. And
Speaking of love scenes, how do you feel about Amanda Seyfried in this?
Amanda Siegfried, yeah, she was all right.
She
She held her own pretty well.
See,
Yes.
this is the thing. I felt like she held it to herself, but she didn't really. With performances like Hugh Jackman and Anne Hathaway, there's only so far I can think of other actors and actresses, and I kind of do compare them all because it is in this one movie. And I just felt like, okay, she is doing a good performance, but she wasn't as good as the others were. Did either of you guys feel about this same way?
Well, like, she was in Mamma Mia, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like ragging on her at the beginning, like when I went to the movies. I was like, oh, I don't understand why she's in it. She was in Mamma Mia, like
Yeah.
what the hell? And then, but like,
big
she was like hitting like these ridiculously high notes, and they were like perfect and crystal and clear. And I was like, well, all right then. Like she sold it to me enough that I was like, I stopped bagging on her like halfway through the movie.
Wow, she can redeem Mamma Mia. That must be pretty good then for you.
Yeah.
Eh?
Well, I thought it was awesome.
Mamma Mia flopped like crazy.
Just before we get into the ending, is there any kind of criticisms you guys want to give the movie?
Yeah, I talked about you and me talked about this as soon as I left the cinema.
Yeah,
Like, the first
you
thing I
did.
said was they were crawling through shit. Why didn't they get pink eye?
Yeah.
That's all I could think of. I'm like, what's wrong with this film? That guy didn't have pink eye because like
None of them got pink
their
eye.
entire faces were covered with shit, and then you just see these two white orbs coming out of his head, and it's like, wow, those are some crystal clear eyes.
And how long did Amanda Seyfried wait for her fiance to have a shower? How many showers did he have to have before she was comfortable to kiss shit? Huh? Tell me that. That was one scene where I couldn't take it seriously. That like it was a really dark, emotional, tense scene, and I remember looking at you, us two, cackling away because it's like they're crawling through shit. Very Shawshank Redemption of them.
It's just the style of when it was done, like head to body, covered in brown, like dark brown. You couldn't see anything, and then just two white orbs. And I'm like,
Nasty doo doo.
that's a really weird covering, you know?
Hey Melvin, they crawled through movie 43. Got to give it a nod to Tom Hooper, director here, and the cinematography done by Danny Cohen.
Yeah, I'll give it to cinematography. Directing,
yes. Yeah, just well directed, well written. Cinematography was
well
great.
written. Well, yeah, it's been written for ages.
Well, no, the adaptation, the
well
on-screen
adapted.
adaptation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well
Fully?
edited.
Any criticisms?
Love this soundtrack. Yeah.
Criticisms. Oh,
Well, you're our musical expert. That's
well,
why
yeah.
we're here.
okay. So I really like. I can't criticize the music.
You can.
Well, the music because it wasn't from the movie, but I really dig it, and I thought it was really cool. Did you notice how like lots of the characters that had, like what they wanted you to portray as like an evil role? So like Javert and
Yeah.
like Helena Bonham Carter.
Yeah.
Helena Bonham Carter. How they both sang that ba-da-na-na, da-da-na-na-na. Like when they were
Yeah.
introducing their character, they had the same sort of theme.
Yeah,
which
so
were,
that-
like people like subconsciously would have likened to like the bad
The bad
characters
guy,
of
yeah.
the thing, which I thought was like cool, but at the same time, it kind of got over it.
You got over
yeah,
it?
that kind of
That simplicity that they just kind of force it on you.
Yeah, I think so. But like, I guess it could have been the setting as well. As like it was in a cinema, not with an orchestra where you can see everyone.
Yeah, that's true.
And also, I really thought that the live singing was really, really, really well done, and I thought it was an awesome idea. Except, I might have been completely wrong, but I think because I was listening for it, and like that's one of the reasons why I was excited to see it, because I was like, I wonder how it's gonna work. I thought at times I could hear the orchestra was like out of time with the singing, because like didn't they? I think they did it as they would sing live and a piano would be playing a feed into their ears.
There was
Yeah.
the entire instrumental was playing into an ear feed. Yeah.
Yeah. And so like when they dubbed it, I don't know. I think I might have just been going crazy, like trying to overanalyze it. That was just
You know
one of
what?
my little critiques.
Quit nitpicking.
Well, he's a musical expert for us, and if it does obviously mismatch at some points, that was bound to happen.
Yeah. But yeah, it was nothing like it was crazy where you were like going.
It was just the point in which they interacted
It's
the
like a-
score background into
Yeah.
the actual singing
Yeah.
itself. Melvin, you know what time it is?
It's ratings time.
Ratings time. Now,
Shuddy going last,
no, you don't get to go last.
but I shuddied it.
No, because we got a special guest here,
But my name is Jean Valjean.
and I am the host. No, James, we're gonna let you know. Our rating system, we go from 1 to 10, with
Yep.
1 being the worst, 10 being the best. Let me know what you think. And kind of give a quick summary as to why you're giving it your mark.
All right, I'm gonna go 8.5.
It's pretty decent. Yeah, it's pretty high.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like I think it was great, really, really well cast. I felt like
Yep.
you know how sometimes you see movies with huge casts and you go, oh, it's
You,
just
you don't know how
they're just trying to get
how
the
a
ratings up sort of
mainstream
thing. Yeah.
guy is gonna match the character of a low.
Yeah. But I think everyone was done really, really well. The whole idea of how they did it with the live singing and like how they pulled it off for the first time like really well. I was expecting it to be far like dodgier than it was.
Yeah.
And yeah, I had that like 1 or 2 nitpicks, but other than that, I couldn't really see anything wrong with it. Other than maybe it wasn't my favorite storyline, but that's not necessarily to do with the movie. It's more. It's been a story for like however long.
Yeah. How do you feel about the undertone of the French Revolution happening? How it was also a subplot playing along with the main plot. How do you feel about that?
It's interesting because like I always thought
You thought the French
the French
Revolution?
Revolution was like prior to it.
No, it was more of this one. I thought it was more of this one time because it was them trying to plan some assassination as well. It was right at the start.
Oh
But
yeah,
they're
right.
planning
So
on-
when they
yeah,
said
yeah,
it,
yeah.
and
When
you're
they were
like,
saying it,
okay.
and how that undertone played a significant second half of the movie, and how do you
Oh,
feel
yeah.
that being undercut with the love story that was also playing?
I think it was actually really well balanced then because like you kind of get like the guys that have been taken along to it with like their girlfriends or wives or whatever.
Bitches.
Yeah.
That's so eloquently.
And then so like it kind of like gives them something to look at as well. He's like, yeah, someone's gonna get shot. They're gonna blow shit up. And then you've got like the girls going, it's so lovely and beautiful. Did you like it? But and the husband's going, yeah, I fucking loved it.
Yeah,
For,
yeah,
like, a
fucking
different
great.
reason.
I'm definitely gonna put this on my top with Avengers and Dark Knight Rises and Skyfall. That's definitely up there, honey.
Yeah.
Now I thought this movie was great as well. I really did love a lot of it. I kind of, it's a movie I did enjoy at the time when seeing it, but it's a movie where, if I'm home, I'm not gonna feel the need to watch it again.
Yeah.
Just because it's like, yes, I do love my drama movies like Melvin does, but just because it's musical, I don't really. I mean, if someone was to suggest, hey, let's watch this, or it was playing in the background, I'd be more than happy to watch. But I just got to give it to the performances. Got to give it to the sound. This beautiful soundtrack. Yeah, love the actors, love the directors, love the cinematography. I give this movie a 9 out of 10. I loved it that much.
Damn, you guys are going pretty high.
I
Alright, I agree with Pooley on the cast. Usually, like, big casts tend to disappoint most of the time. This one did pretty well. It was actually a really good mix of, like, big actors with some medium actors with some small actors, You had Helena Bonham Carter, Russell Crowe, Hugh Jackman, big actors, then medium, you go, like, Borat guy, Anne Hathaway. I forgot his name. What is his name?
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Sacha Baron Cohen. Yeah, you got him. Then you got, obviously, the Constance and Cosette.
Cosette.
Yeah, you got them. Cinematography was great. They kind of dimmed the lighting throughout the entire thing to give it that old-fashioned feel. I like that. Directing was okay. Like I felt like it could have been a bit better. It could have been. It looked a lot at the scenery, but not enough. Like you didn't actually get a really good layout of how everything around worked. Like I don't get how Hugh Jackman can get from one place like that's so apparently so far away from this, like not far away, but like on the outskirts of the city, like to dead center.
Yeah, there was also a thing where how, he is a parolee who's gone missing. Yet there was like no warrant signs or anything like that. There was like they were trying to search for him with that. There was never this presence of.
To me, that's the time skip. They just don't show you in between. But it would have been nice. They should have put it in there.
Like that, the only point where you get the feel for Hugh Jackman being a villain is only when Javert is there. At no point in between is anyone suspicious Nobody else suspects anything.
Everybody's just like, hey, Wolverine, what's
Yeah.
up?
Hey, can you sign my baseball with your Wolverine claw? I know you haven't got the adamantium yet.
Yeah.
But
Besides that, you know, I'm a little picky on that pink eye thing. Look,
and Jean Valjean crawled through 50 yards of shit only to wind up a clean man.
yeah. Oh god. Overall, I'd probably I am the biggest drama fan from Off the Chest podcast crew, but I would give this film a 7. And to be honest, it comes down to whether or not I would rewatch the entire film. I would definitely rewatch parts. Russell Crowe's entrance, Helena Bonham Carter's entrance. Hugh Jackman's entrance. Yeah, Fontaine's death. Like there are parts that I would love to rewatch, but I don't think I would really watch the entire film again unless I was, really had nothing else to do.
See, I actually do agree with you on that point where I figured, that there was it felt like there was a lot of good points, but it wasn't overall great. But I still feel like the performances were so good that but then again, this is still in my top 5.
Yeah, it's in my
movies
top
of
5 too.
2012. Now, everyone, just be aware, our top 5s are coming out later.
Yeah.
We don't know when our editor is working on them.
I don't care. This is my number 5 anyway.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, everyone, for listening. YouTube.com/Off the Chest Podcast. Same with our Facebook page. You can find us through Off the Chest Podcast. If there's any movies you'd like us to review, or games, or even walkthroughs that you'd like us to do, please leave a comment below, or leave it on our Facebook page.
Special thanks to our guest star, Pooley. Hopefully
Yes.
he'll be back for the next musical.
Definitely.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.